theme. All these young men basically wanted to check out, all right? They didn't believe that life was worth living anymore. But the difference is, many people do that and commit suicide. They wanted to take others with them. They wanted to kill other people. They knew they were all going to go or go to prison for life, all right? But they wanted to hurt other people. And that says to me they were nihilists. Am I wrong?
I respectfully disagree with you, Bill. In this case, when it comes to homicide or suicide, the feelings of hopelessness and helplessness to a point where you want to either kill yourself or take others down, there are many, many cases of where people are spiritual and they kill others. Spirituality,
can you point to one?
Or non-spirituality does not mean that you are mentally healthy or not mentally.
Outside of the jihadists, Dr. Ruskin, who use their religion.
Why do we have to go outside of the jihadists? Why can't we say the jihadists is a great example of that?
Can you point to one mass murderer recently in this country who had a religious-based philosophy? Can you point to one?
If I had the opportunity to interview all of the mass murderers and find out really what was going on, then perhaps I could truly answer your question.
We know these people up and down, Dr. Ruskin.
I have not interviewed them, but what I will tell you is that whether you're spiritual or not spiritual, there are mental illness either way. Being spiritual doesn't mean that you have mental illness or don't have mental illness.
Listen, Dr. Ruskin, there are many times,
and that's what we need to be focusing on.
All right, I want you to stop talking when I try to get in, all right? There are many kinds of mental illness. Many. Most people who despair and want to take their own lives do not kill other people. Every single murderer over 40 years that I have covered in these circumstances has been either atheistic, agnostic, no religious basis at all. Tonight on this program, I ask you a simple question. Can you point to one person that committed mass murder recently that had a religious background? You cannot. All right? Now, I believe, are tending away from spirituality and into the secular progressive. It's all about me. And then when you combine that with a mental illness, you have what you had in Virginia yesterday. That's the equation.
Yeah, and look, spirituality isn't what's unfolding with ISIS. They may claim religious motivations, but they don't have a love of their fellow man. And what I'm saying is agreeing with you, Bill, that sure, mental illness can erode your capacity to find yourself, that part of you that was instilled in you by God. And great psychotherapy and even medicine sometimes can restore that. Partly what we're restoring is your spirituality. Why can't we admit that part of the healing that happens in great psychotherapy is spiritual healing?
Because the secular society in which we live does not want to admit that, does not promote that. And that's my final point, Dr. Ruskin, that if you have a society that does not value life, and surely we do not value it in America, you can just look at the Planned Parenthood controversy that we're covering now. When you have a society that promotes secularism, that mocks religion, this kind of stuff's going to grow. I'll give you the last word.
I'm not against spirituality. I believe it's very therapeutic for many people.